talk about Barbie historically for a sec?
Yes.
Because I know, it's been a movie for 5 minutes, but it's been a brand for an extremely long time. It was Barbie was the creation of a lady called Ruth Moskowitz, who was actually born in the early part of the 19th century in America. It was kind of Polish Jewish immigrant parents, the usual American thing. Yeah, and then she married a fellow when she was a student called Izzy Handler, and she became known as Ruth Handler. And Ruth Handler is a credit. Well, she invented the Barbie doll and co-founded with her husband, co-founded Mattel on the basis of the Barbie doll. Apparently, the Barbie doll was modeled on an East German, let's call it soft porn character, cartoon character. I can't remember the name of this. Lily, that was the name of this person, Lily. And it was a cartoon in Germany or something or other. And apparently the rumor goes that Handler modeled Barbie based on that type of character, which is a kind of a strange thing. If I could say, Barbie, or the marketing rules for Barbie at the time followed what you might call a kind of a feminist narrative, if you like, at the time. So Barbie, it's not a new thing. It's not a new thing that Barbie espouses, a form of feminism, if you might call it that, in the modern era. This is a very old thing for Barbie because there are all these marketing rules about Barbie. For example, Barbie, one of the marketing rules was Barbie could be depicted as a bride, but she could never be a mother or a wife. Interestingly, right? And of course, she could be all these other things. She could be a doctor, and she could, Barbie could be all of these other things. And so the marketing of Barbie was always really, to be honest with you, for want of a better expression, because it's an old expression, but the female empowerment thing, So it's this movie, in a sense, it just basically just picks up on that phenomenon and just drops it into the modern era, and in audiences have said in a very fun type of way, right, as well. So it's not a new positioning for Barbie that female empowerment. They are pushing the female empowerment line about the movie, or whatever. But it's always been the case with Barbie, which is kind of interesting because I've got 3 daughters, Nick, as you know, and I used to work for a company. I traveled a lot, and I bought Barbies from all around the world. All kinds of Barbies from India, Barbies from Indonesia, but so kind of every culture had Barbies dressed up in their own culture, and it was basically a global phenomenon. So you could be forgiven for thinking that Barbie was like this, and it was a dress-up doll in a way. So literally, little girls would play dress-up with their Barbies. But again, Barbie was always, as they were playing with this, dressing up this doll, they were playing with an independent, autonomous character who was not beholden to or betrothed to a man or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? And Ken was just a sort of an acquaintance in a way. Ken was never the husband or anything like that.
So are you saying that the success of the film can be attributed to it being on code with 100%. What Barbie has always represented?
It's bang on code. It's not new. And I know, people jump on it and say it's part of a new woke thing or whatever, but it's not. It's not. This has always been the positioning of Barbie. It's always been female empowerment. And Nick, can I say that the generation of girls that grew up playing with Barbie, interestingly, also the most empowered girls in history.
So they've gone on to become doctors and CEOs and political leaders.
Correct. And also have economic independence from men, not needing a husband in order to survive,